Welcome back to One on One. Probably one of the best things about this show is that I get an opportunity to learn the backstories of so many interesting facts in this area. One of the best is going to happen today on this show. My name is Vin DeQuino. Our guest today is Deanna Mancuso.
Hi, Vin. Thank you.
Deanna, you are the founder of the Lucky Orphans Horse Rescue. What is the Lucky Orphans Horse Rescue?
Well, it's just that. It's a sanctuary for rescued horses. And it's interesting what you just said about the backstory in this area. Where we are the largest horse-populated area in the entire state of New York.
Wow. Now, what do you actually do there? My belief was that you saved horses. You know, you rescued horses, maybe race horses, maybe plow horses, you know, horses that are going to die. You take them in and you save them. But it's a lot more than that, isn't it?
It is a lot more than that. And yes, we do save horses, but we also save people. So Lucky Orphans is people helping horses heal people.
Wow. People helping horses to heal people. So you're not just saving horses, you're saving people by using horses.
Yeah,
or
so
using horses to
So
save
talking
them.
about the race horses, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
We do save horses. Race horses, their career is usually over between the age of 3 and 5, but they live so much longer than that. We also have an issue with slaughter in the United States, where unwanted horses or even the wild horses are butchered to other countries for meat. But today, we use so many drugs in our horses, vaccines, antibiotics.
You're drugs over there.
Exactly, laced in the
Wow.
meat. So we actively try to prevent that. And then, yes, we do rescue horses from starvation, abuse, neglect, abandonment, all the awful things that people do to them.
But you're also giving them a purpose.
Absolutely.
Wow. And the purpose is to try to save some of these people who need help. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Now, your grandfather had something to do with the founding of this
Absolutely.
organization.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about, he sounded like a pretty interesting man. Very interesting man. Tell me his story and what he had to do with this.
So my grandfather was in the Korean War. He was a veteran in the Korean War. And while he was there, he took care of the horses. The horses were used to move the artillery. The movie War Horse came out about those horses. Also, you know, he's working with the horses. So Staff Sergeant Reckless was actually a horse, but received the title of Staff Sergeant. And when he came home, he had PTSD. It wasn't PTSD then, it was something else.
They said, oh, he's depressed. Yeah, he was depressed, all right.
So the PTSD led to alcoholism, and then he got rough with my grandmother, and he moved to California and started a whole new life. Fast forward 30 or so years, and I was born, and he wanted to come and be grandpa again.
Wow.
And get to know me. And
come into your life after all those
exactly,
years.
yeah.
Wow.
And my parents said no. We don't know you. It's been 30 years.
Sure.
But little by little.
Now, whose father was it?
He was my mother's father.
Your mother's father.
Yes. And my father had a marina in Westchester, and he gave my grandfather a job, and he helped him sober up. And then he found an apartment through vet assistance, and he really got on his feet. And then he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Jeez.
Before he was diagnosed, he used to take me horseback riding. So we'd go along Pelham Parkway and ride along
the hutch. So he really was determined to develop a relationship with you.
Yes.
That's
and put horses in my life. Yeah, absolutely. And he kept telling me every time we'd go riding, the horses bring peace. Peace. I just want to run, Grandpa. Let's go. I don't want peace.
You want peace?
Let's have
you
fun.
Want excitement.
So he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and this is a man who survived brain cancer and skin cancer, but he knew that the pancreatic cancer would be quick. So he didn't want to get me something I would outgrow or lose as a 12-year-old girl. But to hit his message home, he bought me a horse.
Wow.
And the horse that he bought me was gorgeous. Brown and white, painted horse, perfect conformation, young. He was about 5 years old. And as he was returned to the sale barn 3 times. He had cigarette burns all over his muzzle. People would actually put cigarettes out
Oh, jeez.
on his face. The halter, the nylon halter on his face, his skin was actually growing over. And he bit and he kicked, and I had many instructors tell my father, sell this horse, he's going to kill your daughter. And my father didn't. And then after my grandfather passed, we moved him to another barn in a better neighborhood. And my friends were horse showing and winning ribbons and hunter pacing and doing really fun things with their horses.
Wow.
And I'm there with a horse crying and begging him, please just like me, just walk, trot, do something. And he'd bite me and he'd throw me off. And I begged my father, Daddy, please sell this horse, trade him in. And he said no. He said every life has value. My mic is giving us some challenges today.
There we go. There we are.
All right. Thanks, Vin. I'll try not to move. So I begged my father to please,
spirit of the horse.
please get rid of this horse. And he said, no, every life has value, and you don't trade in a life for a life. So 22 years later, this horse is still in my barn. And we work.
And he's still alive?
He is still alive,
oh my
yes.
God.
We do work with Native American medicine men. We work with the Unity Riders, and we've been told that he's like the eagle feather that gets passed along. So he's found his way home to our farm, and again, he was returned to the sale barn 3 times, and he stayed with us.
Wow.
And he's
so
like
it's not over till it's over.
It's not over, no. And it's been a struggle. I mean, we moved from Westchester. My father's business closed and kind of had to restart in Dutchess County. But he's bringing all of the broken horses and the broken people to the farm to be healed.
That's probably the most amazing thing I've heard from you. I originally believed that this horse rescue was like dog rescues. You know, nobody wants the dog. Somebody please take it. You know, let's not put it to sleep just because it's not wanted. And that drives me absolutely nuts. People who say, well, the cat or dog is old, put him to sleep. And to me, that's killing them, you know?
Right.
Just because, what, they're old?
They're unwanted.
If we did that to people, we'd have half the population. And how many great people are elderly?
Right. Well, and it's sad because we do that. I mean,
yes,
you know,
we do.
through adoption and through nursing homes, you know, there's a
we
great
put them out to pasture.
unwanted population, and we welcome them right to our doors.
And not only do you welcome them, but you give them a purpose.
Yes.
And some of them help people who are in need. So your organization helps these vets, helps people who are depressed and in need of love.
And understanding. It's really just a misunderstanding, you know, of different populations.
Yeah. So so you helped to found this wonderful organization, and people come to you and tell you their problems, and you help ease their pain?
They don't tell me their problems.
That's what I wanted to hear.
They tell the horses.
Yeah.
So we work with a social worker. We are EGALA certified.
You don't give them answers.
I do not know.
You
they have
help
to find
them find their own answers.
You have the answers. They're in there. We help you find them.
Yep. And you give them the peace. Oh, now we have an interesting photo. There's somebody finding some answers. Tell me about this photo.
So those are my children. That's Andrew and Alex. Those
Wonderful.
are my boys. And that's Ashley the pony. When Ashley came to us, 5 minis came as a family, and they were unmanageable and kind of vicious. And we rehabbed them, we retrained them, and now they are our therapy ponies. And
Wasn't the kids that were vicious?
No, the kids are good. And the ponies have actually been to places like Renegade Stadium. They've been to the Galleria Mall in Poughkeepsie.
Wow.
That's Carmela with my son Alex, and Carmela is our superstar therapy pony. Currently, she's seeing a client, a 6-year-old little girl who was sexually molested by her father, so these horses really do see all kinds of trauma. She's pretty special, pretty amazing. That's Olivia with a little pony named Ollie. Ollie came in because people put pool tablets in his water trough, so instead of cleaning the trough out, they actually just highly chlorinated his water trough, and now he has a skin condition, and he actually has seizures now.
Oh, wow. So you're healing the pony while you're healing people.
And in turn, they heal the people. That's Andrew, my son Andrew, with Patches. And Patches is an amazing pony. He's about 21 now. We've had him for 12 years. And that's the wonderful thing about Sanctuary is they're herd animals. So they've really become part of our herd, the people and the horses. And they have that security of not worrying about being adopted, like kids in a foster situation, home to home to home. Our horses and our kids come to the Sanctuary for just that.
And one of the most amazing things about this Sanctuary, play it up again. That Mike wants to give us a hard time today. One of the most amazing things about the Sanctuary is that this is a nonprofit.
Yes, yes.
I mean, you're not doing this to make money.
No, there's no money.
What is this?
Oh, so this is an interesting program. On the table is an Army veteran, Gina. She is also an amputee. At her head is a Native American Reiki master. And at her feet is Tula. Tula is a 4-year-old horse who was attacked by a mountain lion when she was just 4 weeks old and came to the rescue with her mom. And they are doing Reiki. So she's kind of checking out Gina's prosthetic leg right now. And Willow, the human, is over Gina's head, kind of getting the energy flowing. And here, this is just such an amazing image. Tula actually has her mouth resting on Gina's belly, while Willow, the person, is at her shoulder, again moving the energy. Zoe, the white horse, is the alpha. She's the head. And once they established that the prosthetic leg was okay and not harming Gina, Zoe actually laid right over the table on the leg. And then Willow, the horse, the brown one in the middle, and Zoe, they started mutually grooming each other. So their heads and their necks are right over each other's back. Just really doing whatever they can to naturally heal Gina. Horses are amazingly intuitive, and they're quick healers. They have to heal quickly because they're prey animals.
Yeah, I remember in our conversation we talked about the difference between predators and prey. Horses are not predators.
No.
They're prey. So they have to learn how to survive.
Yes. Fight or flight.
They're natural survivors.
They are. They are.
So they can transmit some of those surviving skills. Now, wow, what a beautiful animal this is.
Thank you. So that's Allie Cat, and we found Allie about 10 years ago. She was crippled. It took me an hour to walk her about 50 feet to the trailer. Wow. She had severe Lyme disease and shoes that were too small for her. She has a degenerative leg issue with her back legs. And lo and behold, I had a neighbor who every time we got a new horse, I'd call her to come see the horses. And she walked into my barn and she just started crying and said, "That's Allie." That was her horse 10 years prior to us rescuing her.
Oh my God.
And,
no
and
such thing as
horse.
Coincidence.
Absolutely.
That's what I've said 100 times.
Absolutely. And that's Annie. Annie thought that she was a cow. She lived with cattle before coming to the rescue. And she's amazing. She's a thoroughbred, though she never raced.
Wow.
She's a big girl. She's about 16 hands. Horses are measured in hands, which are 4 inches. So 16 times 4, that's how tall she is.
Wow. And so she was raised with cows.
She was, yes.
She was a cow.
Yes. This is Buddy. Buddy's pretty cool. You can see him kind of trying to climb those stairs there. He is our greeter. Everybody that comes to the farm, he's the first one to the fence to say, "Hey, how are you? How you doing?" He's a lot like you, Vin. Like, "Hey, welcome."
Hey.
He's really, really cool. He can bow. He's pretty special. This is Cadbury. Cadbury came in with 2 other horses. We found her at a summer camp, the 3 of them tied to a post together. No shade, no water, no barn, nothing. So we took all 3 of them in, and she's sticking her tongue out at the camera there. She's
now that does bring the question: how do you find out about these horses?
Sometimes you'll see them. Sometimes people make phone calls.
Do people call you?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
You make yourself known.
I'll introduce you to Samson. This is Samson. Samson just turned 21. He came from Long Island. He was actually on his way to slaughter. He was going to be steaks because he couldn't jump 3 feet anymore. But we brought him out to the farm, and we've got people that absolutely adore him.
Now, these people on your farm, they don't get paid.
No, we are 100%
These
volunteer.
are volunteers.
Yep.
Are you open to other volunteers?
Absolutely, yeah. We
Yes.
love volunteers.
So people who love horses and love helping other people
Absolutely.
should come to you.
And not only horses, I mean, there's also administrative work, there's therapy work, so any social workers, anybody who works with veterans that wants to come out and get involved.
Yeah. So, and not only, as I'm saying, not only those who work with horses who need help, but work with people
Yes,
who need help.
absolutely.
You have anyone who has mics that need
I don't
help?
know. Yeah, we need some mic help.
Mike needs therapy there. All right, so I mean, this is just all amazing to me. This must be hours and hours. I mean, this is what you do, right?
It is definitely time consuming. I mean,
and when did this all begin?
so
long have you been
interestingly, I graduated high school in 1999, and an organization called EGALA was started in 1999. It's EAGA-LA, the Equine Assisted Growth and Learning Association. It's the global standard for equine assisted psychotherapy. And right out of high school, I couldn't get involved, and they were fairly new. But 2 years ago, I became certified with them. So it's been, you know, a number of years, but now we're certified, and it's really what I always, I don't know if it's my grandfather kind of pushing me.
I know, you know, you're talking about this, and I'm thinking, I'm sitting here saying, here's a man who
the trauma
gave
in
up.
his life was
He
amazing.
had all these traumas, and the same thing. He could have ended up in a glue factory, like some of these horses, just forgotten. And he had a second wind. And by coincidence, a granddaughter was born. And he found in this granddaughter the love he needed to continue. And pass that love to you, to pass to them.
And they just
What a treasure.
bring it
What a
everywhere.
treasure. And it shows that we can never, ever, ever give up. These people who make a mistake, it is a mistake. And some of these people these veterans who come back and are just overwhelmed with grief and they want to quit. I just did a show with a girl who, when she was 16, was ready to commit suicide. She was ready to give up.
We
You
actually
can never give up.
We actually have a pretty amazing girl at the farm. She was born with something called arthrogryposis, which is it's a genetic joint disorder. She's a triplet, so inside the womb, her sisters sat on her, and she was the only one born with physical disabilities.
Wow.
And the pain was so severe that at the age of 8, her ankles and feet were removed, so she's a bilateral amputee. And at the age of 13, she attempted suicide. So her family brought her to us as a last-ditch effort. We don't know what to do. We've tried therapy. We've tried
13 years
housing.
old.
And the kids at school were just awful to her. I mean, as a bilateral amputee, she would fall, she would drop things. She couldn't move as quickly as a lot of the other kids. So we actually rescued a horse who had broken his leg on the racetrack. And the two of them together, it brings tears to your eyes.
Found life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it just tells us over and over again that we can't ever give up, and we need each other. You know, it's what this world is
Absolutely.
all about.
Absolutely.
We have to learn how to exist together, and it's so easy to just say, well, that one's gone, next. And you're not gone till you're gone. And you have to reach out. And that's what you do here.
We offer riding lessons, and we do a summer riding academy. We do.
So some of these horses actually can be ridden.
Oh, yeah,
they're
absolutely.
They're not, you know.
No. Just like some people are pushed to the side, but there's nothing wrong with them. The same thing happens with the horses.
Yeah, some brilliant people who, oh my God, some of the stories of fighting handicaps, you know, where you say, you lost your leg. Now, and we see people winning Olympics, you know.
Absolutely.
You just can't give up.
Absolutely.
And what you do there is amazing. You are a wonderful example of people helping people, animals helping people, people helping animals. We have to be together.
Absolutely.
So now, God, you do this all day, every day. I mean, bless you for that.
Thank you.
And your children are growing up seeing this too.
And that's really, really important. We actually had a local middle school, 230 kids come out to the farm, and we did an emotional wellness day.
What a message.
And we spoke about emotional and physical wellness, you know, to stop the bullying, stop the hurt, you know, we are doing this together.
I know. And there's so many people out there bullying people. You know, it just drives me nuts when you look deeper into some of these bullies and you find out they've been bullied.
Oh, yeah.
So
there's hurt there. There's something
instead
there.
of the bullied being against bullies, they become bullies.
Right.
And they hurt. And bullies hurt. And if you can find a way to reach out to one another, it's a great thing.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk a little bit about the other side of this. You have vets, you have all these people who are helped. In a sense, you are therapists. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's, so people who need help can come out. Can people just come to visit?
Absolutely.
Where are you?
We are on Route 22 in Dover Plains.
Route 22,
right on
Dover
22.
Plains. Right on 22?
Yep, just south of the town of Dover, so you can't miss the farm.
Oh, wow.
There's a sign outside that says visitors welcome, and we strongly mean that. Come on in, bring a lunch, bring your dog.
And bring your children.
Yes, yes.
Children need to see this in action. They need to see what happens when you reach out to other people and to see animals doing it as well. I mean, that picture that we saw of the horses offering comfort.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I mean, we don't even think of two-way. You know, we forget sometimes that animals also can give comfort. I mean, it's a good thing. So how many horses do you have there?
There are 50 horses on the farm.
50 horses. Wow. Now, I have to ask this. Funding for this thing. People can donate?
Yes.
Does the government help?
The government does not help. We are 100% donation funded.
Wow. Wow. So it's a great place to donate if you can.
It is. I mean, as a charity, your money's not only going to the horses. We work with domestic violence victims. We work with schools. So the money's not going just to the horses, but to the people they're helping.
Right. So this is, I mean, it's a strong and wonderful organization. Can you keep up?
Funding-wise?
Yeah.
Well, it's a struggle like any nonprofit.
But you're doing it and no intention of closing up tomorrow?
No. In fact,
Wonderful.
We're in the middle of a huge project. We're building a new indoor arena.
Wow.
We were working 100% outside. So if it gets dark or cold or rains, we have to cancel.
Wow.
And when we see kids on the spectrum, kids with autism, kids with trauma, we don't like to cancel because it creates too much of an inconsistency, and then we're just like...
So you're going to build an indoor arena.
So we're building a covered arena. Wow. If you drive by or stop in, you'll see it.
Do you live close by to this thing?
I live about half hour north.
Half hour away,
yeah.
So you got to truck back and forth.
I do, but...
there must be people around the clock taking care of these animals?
We have an on-site caretaker who lives there, and then my sister's just around the corner, so my sister and I are tackling this together.
So it's a family thing.
It is, yep.
Wow, wow. It just all sounds wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks, Ben.
And I urge people to go there and visit.
Yeah,
and see what's
absolutely.
happening there.
Please come out. You know, and it's not even just about the therapy. Even if there's nothing wrong with you, just come out and pet the horses. We do field trips for schools.
Give them a little love. I mean, those horses love to be loved. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Before we end, dates. What's coming? Is there an event we should?
The first weekend of November, so I think that's the 4th and the 5th of November. That weekend, we're going to be bringing in a medicine man, and we're going
a
medicine man from Arizona. He's a Navajo medicine man. We'll have a sweat lodge and a talking circle. He really believes in healing with the horses. And then next August, the Unity Riders are coming from Manitoba, and we'll be hosting them.
Wow.
So there'll be some activities, and then just ongoing horsemanship classes, riding lessons.
Do you have a website?
We do.
What is it?
LuckyOrphansHorseRescue.org.
LuckyOrphansHorseRescue.org.
Yep.
Definitely be in touch with that There it is on the screen. Lucky Orphans, horserescue.org. There's a phone number.
Yep, so the first phone number you can call. The second phone number, if you don't want to call or maybe you're younger, you can actually text that second number.
Sounds great. Listen, I want you to keep doing what you're doing.
We're going to keep at it, Vin.
We give you all the credit in the world. Stop by, see what they do, and above all things, learn to love. Pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Vin.
What a treat.
Thank you so much.
Keep on doing what you're doing. And Grandpa, you did a good thing, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. It has absolutely been our pleasure to have you with us. We need more people like you.
Thanks, Vin.
Thank you for tuning in, and you keep on doing it. Great show.